Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi guys. Let's just play a little more casual leveling. I'm just feeling it, man. Maybe someone different today. Seska. Thief, maybe. Zuzi the Zookeeper. Tempting. Kneebreaker Naz. How about Zuzi? With Zuzi we can also do some training of any critters we stumble over. Let's try it with Zuzi. And good evening to whomever has joined me. Thank you very much. Let's see, what do we got? Let's go ahead and dump a little bit of stuff into the bag. I'm going to send that die over to a friend. Let's see. Sure, we'll just toss this into there. Throw that away. Alright, now where were we with this character? Huh. They are level 45. Which of their storyline quests have they done? It's been a while since I've played them. Chapter 1 apparently did not do Chapter 2. Well, guess what? We are going to go ahead and do that. Return to Radisson. It's nice just playing a little basic Guild Wars 2. Not much to get incredibly infuriated / pissed off about if I'm just playing a game that I already know and love. Don't have to fight any issues that might exist with the new content.
Interested in something specific?
Or simply swear at it continually because it's not good, and it's not good. Presumably, no, I have to go to the SNAF Memorial Lab. Any sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from magic.
Not a moment to lose.
Arthur C. Clarke. I currently have a bear named Brutal Ben. And I'm dual-wielding axes. And
I'm glad you came. I was messing around in my lab. Conducting open-ended research. And I ran across your infinity ball.
Ah, yes. My first invention ever. Still proud of it. Designed to show you a glimpse of the future. Well, a potential future anyway. It functioned well enough to earn a spot in the archives, but it wasn't as reliable as I'd hoped. The feasibility stabilizer was unpredictable.
Still, I like it. What would you say if I told you I could repurpose it into something useful?
Take your best shot. I'd love to see your modifications. And thanks for the heads up. As always, your professional courtesy is impeccable.
Excuse me, Zoja. You've talked so highly of the SNAF Savant, I couldn't pass up this chance for an introduction.
Hello, Shad.
Of course. Shad, meet the SNAF Savant. Savant, meet Shad.
Shad?
He's trouble, so don't let him drag you down to his level. You two play nice now. I've got work to do.
So, is his work shoddy? It seems like all of his work has to be shoddy, right? Yes, so we got a longbow and a couple of axes. Going to axe you something, Shod. Don't get me wrong, Zoja's a genius and all, but she's too cautious. You can follow her lead, but don't let her timidity and trepidation prevent you from achieving your dreams. Zoja? Timid? That's crazy talk. Zoja's opinion is one of the most valuable in Ratasum. Doesn't mean she's always right. Your invention is a winner, or it could be with just a little more work. Why let her do it? Any accolades from the Infinity Ball should be yours. What accolades? Infinity Ball doesn't work, remember? It didn't work. That's my point. Maybe Zoja can make it work. So can you, especially if I help. You just need to stop thinking like a crew member, crew menial, and start thinking like a genius. Take charge. I would like to finish what I started. Okay, I'm listening. What did you have in mind? I've conducted a cursory review of your designs, and I think the problem is all in the power input to output ratio. What you need is a high-yield power supply. Yes, that would make a difference, but where would we find that at work? Head over to the Luminates plant. I know the crew chief on their Megahedron Collider project. I'll send word ahead and set up a trial. Tell him I sent you, and you'll have full run of the place. Megahedron, of course. Shod, you're on. I'll meet you at the Luminates plant. And the Luminates plant. Over here. That's a follow from Gam William. I only have one spiel, and here we go. Loosen up a little. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. And good evening. I am just doing some casual leveling on one of my seemingly numberless alts. They're not quite numberless, they said. There's 36 on this account, and 9 more on the alt account, and 1 slot on each account for key farms. It's possible I'm not well. Who am I supposed to talk to? All the way back, I'm guessing.
Only you can prevent the Megahedron Collider.
Stop the
Supervisor.
madness. If you activate this thing, it could end all life as we know it.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
Are you really this naive? Or did some other crew put you up to this?
Only you can prevent the Megahedron
We won't let you get away with this. We will not let you murder Mother Tyria.
Mother Tyria's not in danger. But you will be if you don't let me get back to work.
Supervisor Wen?
Embrace him.
Are you in charge? I'm here to apply the Megahedron Collider to an invention of mine. Shad sent me.
You picked a bad time, but I owe Shad a favor. I had to pull a few strings, but the Collider is all yours. Hope you don't mind a little noise.
Yeah, I saw the protesters. They looked upset. Why are they picketing you?
They hate me. We blew this place up too many times already, and now they fear that when we turn the Collider on, it'll start a chain reaction and end all life on Tyria.
Will it?
Doubtful.
Doubtful.
It hasn't so far, but hey, maybe today's the day. Most of my crew took the day off, and the protesters want a disaster. Let's roll the dice.
That's maybe the most Asura I've ever met.
You were warned, but you didn't listen. Now we're all gonna die.
Oh. Ha! One less dirt hugger. Don't look so nervous. I can handle this. Uh-oh. Something's coming through the portal, and it doesn't seem happy. Tell you what, you kill whatever sticks its head out while I shut down the portal.
Okay.
I can't say that was completely unexpected. No worries. I'm here to help.
Shad's here. Gotta say, I'm more on the side of win. Get back over here, Ben.
Accelerating. Powerful
For a
combination.
second there, I thought that might have been the big one. Goodbye, cruel world.
Did you see those things that came out of the portal? Machines like that just don't exist.
They actually do.
Anyway, thanks for your help. Now I
We
owe
just
you
fought 'em.
one.
I mean, that
Keep
means
up the
they
good
exist. Give me back my infinity ball.
That was unbelievable, unprecedented. We made history and saw the future all at once.
Empirically, it shows an alternate version of reality, not the future. And based on those mechanical monstrosities, a reality we're better off without.
Details, details. You should be excited. The Collider supercharged your infinity ball. Now it works on an entirely different level.
We need to test this somewhere remote, far from Radasum, with all its spying ears and innocent bystanders.
More worried about the.
I have an
spying
old
ears,
lab that I don't
obviously.
use anymore. It would be perfect. You have to do this, Savant. Greatness is within your grasp.
Well,
I do want to see
he's
this
right.
through. And if no one else gets hurt... All right, I'll meet you there and we'll run more tests.
What could possibly go wrong? I mean, we didn't destroy the world today, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Can't use, could use, probably won't, but could. Pardon me as I rearrange the deck chairs. We can get rid of the heroes band now. That is the one of the rewards you get for pre-ordering the game. Way back, way back when. All right, we're on to the second map, Brisbane Wildlands, which I've already completely mapped out some time ago. I haven't played this character for months, so. And in we go. Beta test.
Hey, how did the Collider test go? Welcome to the threshold of immortality. The lab is prepped and ready to go. The proving ground is entirely empty. No one to get hurt, no one to steal our glory.
Sounds good. I'm eager to see what the Infinity Ball can do in a more controlled environment.
Then you've come to the right place. We'll shake up the world. Zolja, the
Yeah.
Arcane Council,
Pardon the yawn.
everybody.
Old man, you know.
Let's get started. The area's
We get
clear,
tuckered
the
out
Infinity
so
Ball
easy.
is primed. Let's see what we can see. It's working! A portal's opening! Come on, baby, show us the future!
What could possibly go wrong? Evidently
Look
a lot
out!
of things.
It's tiny destroyers! Well, another portal's opening. Get ready! Flying destroyers? That's not even fair! Glitch, another portal!
Lots and lots of portals. So far it's little destroyers and flying destroyers. Do we get more destroyers? I have run through this before, but it was a long time ago. We did get another destroyer.
Oh, my ears, it's huge! Quick, stop that destroyer before it lives up to its
There's
name!
the power.
Of us!
Got it. No problem. It was big.
There's no denying we got results. But if that's the future, I don't want to live there.
It's a
It was
future.
a future, not the future. In terms of quantum mechanics, we assessed other potentialities, but the connection was extremely unstable. The Infinity Ball needs more power. Otherwise, those portals will remain short-term doorways with no way to regulate outbound traffic.
I agree. More power will anchor and strengthen the portals. But this test just drained all the energy we got from the Megahedron Collider.
What we need is an entirely new power storage system, one that can store all the energy we need without requiring a recharge.
Called the sun?
An entirely achievable goal. Let me clean up here, and then I'll meet you at your lab to review the data and plan our next move.
We'll regroup at my lab then. I think. If memory serves, spoilers, this particular storyline ends with me fighting myself from an alternate universe, but I'm not positive. Come on, Ben. Who do I currently have on deck? Kitty. No Dougie. And his ability is he can emote them. Okay, and over here we've got cure a condition on yourself and nearby allies. Yeah, we can use that. But I think, at least for initially, we will start
Before you start
with
spitting fire, Zoja, calm down. We can
Dr.
explain everything.
Wolfenstein.
You did what? I told you once the Infinity Ball is way too dangerous, and you two idiots have been toying with it?
3 idiots. You're working on the Infinity Ball, same as us. And the Savant has a much better claim than you.
My device predicts danger, whereas yours creates it. This is your last warning. Stop this before you kill yourselves or others.
I thought she'd be angrier. Anyway, I can think of 2 potential power sources. The Inquest has one, Counselor Flax has the other.
Come on, Shad. Zoja's already furious. We can't antagonize the Inquest and the Arcane Council, too. I want this as much as you do, but Zoja...
If you quit now, you'll both be disappointed. She doesn't want you to end up like her, stuck in her mentor's shadow her whole life.
She's not necessarily stuck. Zoja's done great things on
Kind
her own.
of stuck until she joins
But you're
the
right about
Wizard's
me.
Tower.
If I don't finish this,
The
I'll
Arcane
always wonder. Let's talk
Council?
power sources.
Circle? Whatever they are. 2 power sources. The Inquest isn't known for sharing. Monkey with the head of the Arcane Council, what's he got that's worth such a risk? I'll rather go through him than the Inquest. Flax has a very viable power source with him. You know that fancy walking stick he carries? The jewel on its end of that crozier is a high output power cell. True, the council always gets the best gear, but okay, let's acquire Flax's crozier. Bows. Oh, short bows. How plebeian. What's my current short bow? It is a 282, and these are all less. So it doesn't much matter. Some crafting mats, many of which I already have 1,000 of. Great sword of 408. Better than the one I currently have. Staff of 429. Also significantly better. And shoulder pads I can't use. Ooh. And how many of Agent of Entropy completions is that? 339 times. That is 67,800 times that I have salvaged on this account. And we dinged somewhere in there.
Oh, I know of a good use for this.
Yeah, I wear it around my neck. It's an amulet. I know a good use for it, too. Alright, I still have my celebration booster running for another 17 hours plus. We'll exit. So I'm going to get a free key because I'm going to do the level 20 storyline, which I'm currently in, then the level 30 storyline, and then the level 40 storyline provides a free key. We're over here. And I can't resist a free key. Got one last night off of map completion. It was
I couldn't
disappointing.
get past them on my own, but I did gather some important intelligence.
Remember how we wanted to get our hands on Counselor Flax's Crozier to power the Infinity Ball? Well, this is the right time and place. Let's say I've got good news and bad news. I always prefer to hear the bad news first. The Crozier's here, but Flax's crew chief, Filka, is on duty. Her expression alone sends river drakes running for cover, and that's when she's in a good mood. Right now, she's in a real bad mood. No problem, I know how to deal with Inquest bullies. Do you now? All right. Let's hear the Savant's master plan. Well, before I come up with my master plan, I should check and see which of those character traits I have. I have ferocity as my chosen trait. I'll make them panic. I'll present a dire impending threat authoritatively, and they'll comply. But how do we get the cruiser once we're past Filka? We need a distraction. Hey, I know! Energy facilities attract elementals. Maybe we could lure some in. Perfect. Let me make a few on-the-fly adjustments to the machines, and we're in business. Yeah, they'll be so busy fighting, no one will even notice us. And if they do, we'll just pitch in to help. They'll be so grateful, they'll give us anything we want. That sounds like a typical Asura plan that has virtually no chance of actually succeeding. Kind of part and parcel of the entire Asura experience. Hello, Filka.
You're all in terrible danger. Those maniacs at the College of Synergetics overloaded an entire tripolar disruption accelerator array.
Excuse me, who are you and what are you on about?
Elementals, hundreds of them. You're about to be ears deep in rampaging energy monsters. The phase resonance modulators here will draw them straight to this facility. I've got to recalibrate your equipment or you're all dead. I'm only going to say this once. If you want to stay alive and uncremated, take cover and stay put until I say otherwise.
Really? She bought that? That seems unlikely. I'll adjust the input icon on screen to redirect the incoming data packet. I'll adjust the output on screen so that the data packet completely misses it. And I'll cross the circuits to bypass the security protocol. It's simple, really, when you're a super genius. Let's see. Let's tweak the formula and restart the algorithmic sequencer. Yeah, that one was really easy. And I'll just realign the elemental capacitor thalmic fuses. Straightforward. A child could do it. And where's the Crozier.
Elementals. What? I mean, how? I mean, stop them before they destroy the lab.
I will, but I have to get that Crozier first. You understand. Now we kill the elementals. What do I think of the engineer class? For a new player, it is one of the more complicated classes. In that it plays optimal gameplay for it requires a fair amount of keyboard pianoing.
That was...
Because you
Well,
usually have
words
to
elude me
manage
about what
a
just
couple of
transpired,
kits.
but
If
it
you're not
appears
familiar
we
with
owe
what
you
kits
our
are,
lives. Thank
kits
you.
essentially
No need to
are a
thank
utility
me.
skill. You
But
press
if
the
you wanna
button
do
and it
yourselves a
changes
favor,
all of your
don't
5
mention I was here.
hotbar skills.
Not unless you
And
want
so a lot of
arcane eye
times,
agents
to be
poking and prodding
optimal with an
every thought and
engineer,
coupling
you're
and
going to be
magical circuit into
swapping
place.
between
In the
a
meantime,
weapon,
I need to
usually
collect Counselor
a
Flax's
rifle or
Crozier.
a couple of
It's the
pistols,
source of
and
the
then a couple of
disturbance, so it
kits.
can't stay here.
So there
I'll see
tends
that
to be a
Flax
lot
gets it.
of button pressing.
And make sure
But
you check your phase
if you're
resonance
not
modulators twice
interested
daily
in
from now
bleeding
on.
edge
You never know when
DPS,
there'll be another
it also can
incident.
complement a very casual
We will.
play.
Thanks again. If
Where,
the eternal
while
alchemy
leveling, you
rewards
can get
good
by
deeds,
basically
we're in for some serious
by just using
remuneration.
one of those kits, the flamethrower kit. And then in the end game, once you get access, once you reach the cap, if you choose the Mechanist Elite class, assuming you have bought the expansion, that came with End of Dragons, I think. The Mechanist class, because you have a pet, the pet does a big chunk of your damage. It's very easy and straightforward. So it's kind of a split. You can either do it sort of casually and successfully, or if you really want to hit hard, you're going to have to learn the class and punch a lot of buttons in the right order. I use it for most of my casual gameplay because the Mechanist is easy to, has good survivability and is easy to do decent damage with. But you can also be played at the end game a lot more hardcore. You were everybody running 2 shirtless engineers and couldn't keep the ladies off as well, of course. As a former IT engineer, I mean, clearly, look, chick magnet. Totally not making that up. Honest. Would I lie? Whoop. Okay, yeah, I would. So right now, for over the course of the last couple of years, it's probably the class I've played most has been Engineer. Because Mechanist. I enjoy Mechanist. It's really good for streaming, for instance, because it's really straightforward. Doesn't have a lot of complicated, button pressing requirements, so I can continue to chat. That's true, I am at the end game. Although let's hope it's a really deep end game. I'm in no hurry to finish it up. A hat I can't wear. A trident I can't use. Gloves I can't wear. And a torch I could conceivably use. Really? Oh, that's right. For a moment, I forgot what class I was on. I was thinking, I can use a torch? Since when can I use a torch? And the answer is, since ever. Grab that. Throw that away. Bop back out. The flamethrower kit, especially once you grab in, I think it's the firearms line. There's a skill called Juggernaut. I know because I was just playing it last night. There's a trait called Juggernaut, which while you're wielding the flamethrower, it gives you stability, so you can't be knocked down or knocked back or feared or any of that stuff. And it also gives you might, increasing your damage. And it just allows you to just stand in the middle of stuff and burninate. So historically, that has been one of the reasons why leveling up an engineer is pretty straightforward. You can do it almost exclusively with the flamethrower, but they also improved the rifle a couple of years ago, and running the rifle is also very good. If you prefer power damage, basically direct damage, rifle. If you prefer condition damage, which you're probably going to do if you're using the flamethrower, then pistol is pretty good.
This is where I conduct business.
Goodbye.
You are in violation of city regulations. You will be reported.
My counselor
Where are
will
we off to
hear that.
next?
I have rights.
Oh,
Why am I
we're
arguing
still.
with the goblin?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Well,
Wyndon Heights. Seriously? I don't even know where that is. Is it in Metrica? I was looking in Metrica. I didn't see it. Where's the green star? Looking for the green star. Oh, not Metrica. Brisbane. But right now, generally speaking, all of the classes are in a really good place right now. Every spec, not every spec is playable for every role in every game mode, but every class is. So, for instance, if you're running a Mechanist, you can run Mechanist as DPS or heal. And generally, healing has to do either alacrity or quickness at the end game anyway. But for solo play,
we're going to catapult
any
ourselves
class
to the heights of
is doing
intellectual
fine right
achievement.
now.
I know this hasn't been easy for you, what with all your ethics and whatnot.
Leveling, straightforward
But
gameplay, open world
I
stuff.
just wanted to say how impressed
All the
I
classes
am
are in pretty good
how
place.
much this means to me. Progress demands risk and sacrifice, but it's worth it.
I've played all
Now,
of the classes
let's see
to a
what the
reasonable
world
amount,
could be.
but a few of them less than others, certainly. Warrior's the class I think I've played the least.
Stop right there! Do not activate the Infinity Ball.
Too late, Zoja. The process is already started. You can't stop progress.
Listen, my Danger Scope 5000 went critical when I tuned in, you idiots. You're going to kill us all.
No, I'll live forever as a genius. Now shut up and enjoy a glimpse of another reality.
Yeah, I think Shad is about to suffer an unpleasant...
Hello, Zoja. Recognize me? I'm the one you tried to bully into subservience and mediocrity. But I left you behind and achieved greatness. I am the Grand High Sovereign of my reality.
Whatever you call yourself, you don't belong here, and you can't stay.
To become all that I am capable of becoming, you must
Grand
die.
Vice Admiral Shad
It's my destiny.
and the
my
mysterious
pleasure.
stranger.
Wait until you get to know my creations. They conquered Tyria in my reality. You don't stand a chance. In your world, this technology hasn't even been invented yet. It's time we took the field, Grand Vice Admiral Shad. Just like the Battle of Divinity's Reach.
Sovereign, eh? That does sound good. Hang on. What's my role in this brand new reality?
Hi. Welcome to our reality. Allow me to spin right round, baby, right round.
Armor enhanced. There's the power.
You become Grand Vice Admiral of the Conclave. If you live through this fight.
And that's how I'm sick of.
Just so you know, killing myself is not something I enjoy, but it is necessary. I should have known. The only thing that can defeat me is me.
That's amazing.
Evil me fighting me?
That was unsettling. I can't deny the notion of ruling the world is appealing, but not if I have to out-inquest the inquest to achieve it.
Just because your double went bad doesn't mean you will. You'll have me to guide you, and then I get to be Grand Vice Admiral.
Shut up, Shad. Forever. The Infinity Ball is a dead end. I'm going to gut it and keep the shell as a reminder of what a genius shouldn't do. I'm sorry, Zoja. Those things my double said about you holding me back. Not true. The way I see it now, you
Not
provide
my double.
focus for my
Future
genius,
me.
not limitations.
Supreme
That's
ruler.
good to hear. I'm
Sounds
willing
good.
to put this little imbroglio behind us, Grand High
I'm sure I'll be
Sovereign.
an excellent
But
supreme
I'll be
ruler.
keeping a closer eye on you from now on. If you turn into a dimension-traveling dictator from the future, I'll have to put you down like a rabid skelk. Don't worry. If we stick together, we can both achieve our full potential. In a good way, not in a crush the world beneath our hobnailed boots way.
Count me in. Since the ball is
How about
draining power
hobnailed
now,
pumps?
it's no longer a threat. And since I'm not listening to Shot anymore, neither am I. See you around.
Frankly, Shad's a bit of a disappointment. He just wanted to be a Grand Admiral. New coat, not as good as what I'm wearing. New boots, which probably are going to be better than what I'm wearing. They will be. Oh, sure. I have new boots, guys. And as is tradition around here, while I'm leveling up a new character, every time I get a new item of attire, I get new random dies. How about some fit? I'll take some fit. And a hat we can't wear. So before we exit, we have a new item of attire, new boots. I think it's time for new dyes, because this is just too green. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm a ranger, but that doesn't mean you have to wear all green all the time. How about something appalling? There we go. We have Orange Spring, Sea Ice, Freshen, and Garnet. But mostly it's Orange Spring and Sea Ice. That's, well, you know, if you're a ranger, you're out in the forest, say, you're hunting, you want to wear orange so the other hunters can identify you. Always practice safe hunting. Because otherwise, it's not safe. Having succeeded on our level 20 storyline, we will now move right along to our level 30 storyline. The level 40 storyline will give us a key to open a lockbox. Because I like free things. Read Zosia's letter. I have to. How familiar are you with a professor named Gore? I've been following his research, and he's drawing some fascinating connections between the worldwide magic levels and the rise of the Elder Dragons. He's scheduled to present his latest findings at an academic conference, and I want to help you to help gauge. Wow. English am hard. My English as a first language lessons really aren't coming along as quickly as I would like. Help me gauge how valid they are. I think you might be a unique opportunity for you in all this. See you there. And the appropriate glider, as you can tell.
You are in violation of city regulations. You will be reported.
My count. Greetings.
And left turn. And bold new theory coming our way.
Thank you. Intriguing stuff.
Hi, Zosia.
Good. You got my letter. Gore's just about to start his presentation.
Now let's welcome
This should be
Professor
interesting.
Gore.
I chose you!
The seventh law of Maginamics posits that magical energy cannot be destroyed. Today, I will prove that magic is a limited resource, like water or timber. Using my advanced equipment, I have detected significant drops in the world's ambient magic levels. This drop, I believe,
I'm taking mental
is
notes.
directly attributed to the return of the Elder Dragons. They consume magic at an alarming rate. If the dragons are not stopped soon, they will
So they
reach
eat
all of
magic.
the magic from the world.
Ah, bosh.
What do they poop?
Magic doesn't get consumed. It changes form and concentration, but it always returns. It's part of a closed system.
I have proof.
This
The
is
data is...
bunk. Get off the
Where
stage.
did I leave those notes? I must have left them in my lab. Please, excuse me while I fetch my records. I can prove the problem exists, then we can focus on its solution.
Well, Zojia, what do you think?
Professor Gore will return shortly. Until then, please welcome Sepha from the phrenologist crew.
Ah, the phrenologists. If you're not familiar with phrenology, it is
Thank you
the
for coming.
study of
I see a lot of overlap in
bumps
Gore's
on
theory
your
and our
head.
shared goals.
As do I. If Gore's research aligns
The
with the Priory's,
science
we may
of
be looking at a
phrenology.
cultural revolution.
Nice reference by
Revolutions are won militarily, not academically.
the ArenaNet writers.
Still, Gore's theory could prove useful.
I agree, but nothing can happen until Gore makes his case. Why don't we all settle in and listen?
Knowledge is the greatest treasure.
I want. There we go.
Nothing's exploded.
Zojia?
Savant, allow me to present 3 of Ratasum's finest minds. Slep of the Vigil, Batanga of the Order of Whispers, and Crosso of the Durman Priory. I asked them here to listen to Professor Gore's speech, because they all have an interest in fighting the Elder Dragons.
Pleased to meet you, Savant. The Durman Priory is dedicated to research and exploration that will help us combat the Elder Dragons. As you can imagine, we've been watching Professor Gore's progress with keen interest. I'm glad to see you share that interest.
We all share the Priory's interest, just not their methods. In the Order of Whispers, we specialize in covert activity, information, infiltration, and assassination.
No, that does sound like that's right
I
up the
understand
alley
you're more
for
of a doer than a researcher.
any
so
given
you'll appreciate
Asura.
this. If Gore's theory gives us a clear avenue of attack, we intend to use it.
How clear does a target have to be for you sneaks? The dragons aren't exactly tiny, nor do they keep a low profile.
Well, some of them keep a low
The Vigil's
profile because
army
we
of
didn't even know
dedicated fighters was
Morgomoth's
founded
name
to
at
confront
this
the
point.
dragons through force of arms.
Let
I'm
alone
here to see if
Suwan's.
Gore's work can help us do that.
Spoilers!
Pleased to meet you all. Professor Gore's theory is groundbreaking, and the implications are monumental. I'm interested to hear him finish his presentation.
He should be back soon. Let's see if any of the other speakers have any insights for us while we wait.
Party on.
An exhaustive study of Tyrian physiognomy led me to derive what I call Cepha's constant. Multiplied by the mean ratio of body mass to brain size, it yields an important racial metric, namely, said race's importance as a factor in the eternal alchemy. Asura scored highest
Of
naturally.
course.
Then in descending order, we have Sylvari, Char, Human, and Norn.
Sounds about right.
Your attention, please. I have just been informed that our colleague Gore will not be returning. The Arcane Eye reports that he was killed in a tragic lab accident while recovering his notes. It is a terrible blow to science. We should all mourn one of Ratasum's finest minds. On
This
that
doesn't smell right
dolorous
to me,
note,
or to Dr.
this seminar is
Wolfenstein, my
hereby
pet.
concluded. Thank you for coming.
You have something to...
I smell a
Gore
rat.
died just as he was about to present proof of his theory. Does that strike anyone else as suspicious? Even dubious?
It does. I'd like to inspect Gore's lab and review his documentation, though if the Arcane Eye's involved, we may not get that chance.
The Order of Whispers can help. The Arcane Eye serves the Arcane Council, right? They have to do what the Council says. It's in their charter. We simply pay a visit to High Counselor Flax's lab, find the materials to make a convincing forgery, and walk right past the Arcane Eye.
How unnecessarily complicated. Simpler to just outwit the sentries outside Gore's lab. The
I
Arcane
like the way
Eye
Scholar
can't match the
Crasso
Priory's brain power.
I'll leave fact-finding to the Priory and Whispers. When you lot establish a clear objective, the Vigil will be ready.
Listen, Savant, I'm pursuing a long-term, big-picture strategy here. So I want you to take charge.
Okay.
Choose the most viable plan and see it through. We need to know what Gore was going to show us. And if he was silenced, we need to know who did it and why. Good luck.
Dum 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 dum.
Excelsior.
Yes, let's get started.
You've chosen
I'll go with
wisely.
the smart
Meet
plan.
you outside Gore's lab.
These new shoulders are one less defense than the ones I currently have. Hence,
Another
not
step
an improvement.
complete.
But we have a new bag. Some more crafting mats. A mask we can't wear. And an identical mask we can't wear. Exit. And we just need to outwit the guards. Which should be easy on account of how smart we are. Specifically, how smart.
We'll never get recruits.
My character
These dust
is.
bunnies have no interest in wrenching mind.
Hazardous environment.
This place is
Or
a
at least
total lockdown.
how smart they think
Maybe
they
we
are.
could tease a gap in their defenses out of the guards.
Hello.
Hi.
Embrace
What's going
simplicity.
on here? We have an appointment with...
There's nothing going on and nothing to see here, citizen.
But we need to get inside. We're expected.
My orders come from Agent Racht himself, and he says no one gets in without clearance from the Arcane Council. Move along.
Well, we'll have to be more outwitty than
Empirically
that.
speaking, we're not getting in through the front door. The guards won't risk getting on Racht's bad side. He's a particularly nasty character.
That says a lot for an
We need a
Asura,
better
given how,
plan
well,
and fast. The Priory's reliquaries
pathological
are full
most of them are.
magical items. If the dragons feed on magic, those reliquaries become prime targets.
We could overpower the guards, grab what we need, and fight our way out.
Too public. We don't want to alert the entire Arcane Eye and everyone else in the vicinity. We need to think our way in. Racht is meticulous and cautious. He would have sent hazmat suits in to analyze dangerous areas in the lab. Follow my lead. I've got an idea.
Well, I hope it's a smart one. I like smart ideas.
You study astronomy? Because you're about to see stars!
Quit it! Help!
Never capitulate!
Never?
Grab a hazmat suit. Once we're disguised, they won't look twice.
I'm in a hazmat suit. Can I come in this way, or do I have to go in the other way? Bonk. Ow. That answers that question. Dum, 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 dum.
We've got hazmat golems coming in. Open the doors.
Come on, come on. Anytime now. Come on.
Look there. I believe the common parlance is a body bag.
It's a body bag. Uh-huh. And?
Look at this, Crasso. I don't know this poor devil, but it's definitely not Gore.
I concur.
Gore the
Arcane
God
Eye
Butcher?
must have him socked away somewhere. And if Gore's not here, there's no need for us to linger.
Agreed. But what do you think happened here? Does the Priory have any information or insight that could explain this?
We have entire libraries full of information on the Arcane Eye, on Racht, and on Gore's research, but this doesn't make any sense to me. Yet. Of course, we need to be alive and unincarcerated to learn more. With that in mind, let's make a graceful exit before Racht gets wise.
Okay.
You there. Nobody's supposed to be on shift right now. Identify yourself.
We're the Special Task Detail. Our orders are to examine all the,
You're not a member of this. Who
what a
are
giveaway
you
there,
and what are you
scholar.
doing here?
We're just, never mind. Time to fight.
Intruders! Shut down all hazmat suits! This area is compromised!
There's the power.
Never capitulate!
I mean, I just spin around and defeat a couple of them. Easy as cake. Or possibly pie. Which is easier, cake or pie?
Freeze. If anybody moves, you all get licked. What's going on here? Who are you?
We're admirers of Gore's work. We came to pay our respects to his body, but as you can see, it's not here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's nothing even remotely out of the ordinary here, except you. Since this is a secure area, and since you're not authorized to be here, run, or I will exercise my right to use lethal force.
Let's go, Crasso. I want to regroup with the others and find out what they and Zojia make of this.
Carry on, Savant. I'll meet up with you and the others later.
It's the Arcane Council and the Arcane Eye working hand in hand for some nefarious reason.
I fought for years in the Mist War. I know what it's like.
Confirm with Zojia and the other reps. Where are we at with that? Which one? Which one? Oh, in my home area. Don't think they're upstairs. I think they're downstairs. I'm correct?
So Gore's death was a fraud. How does knowing that help us? The problem is still Elder Dragons. While you poke around in back alleys or libraries for information, the Vigil is out there fighting.
And while you're fighting, Whispers is setting up the means to deliver a death blow. We appreciate the distraction you provide, but you don't really think you're going to overpower an Elder Dragon, do you?
Swords alone won't get results. Neither will intrigue. The Priory supports a more holistic approach. We intend to learn all we can about the dragons and their weaknesses.
There's some
before
logic
we
in that.
strike.
Rakt's Arcane Eye agents were all over Gore's lab. They removed a body they claimed was Gore, but it wasn't. I suspect he's still alive.
If he is, the Arcane Eye has him. They run a remote facility in a human village called Garenhof.
That's right. We're
It's
back off to
isolated,
Garenhof.
remote, a perfect
Source
place to
of much
stash
excitement at the launch of
Finally,
Soto.
a concrete objective. Just say the word, and I'll have Vigil soldiers standing by to storm Garenhof.
No, Rakt is too good at this game for that to work. But I'm better. We can use Garenhof's low profile against him. I say we stage a demonstration and get ourselves arrested. Rakt will haul us in to avoid undue attention. Then we break out and bring Gore with us.
Regrettably, I cannot participate. I must confer with my colleagues in the Priory, but I wish you luck. Let's regroup when the mission is
I'm not
complete.
sure I've ever done this
I
one.
want you to take it from here, Savant. I'm going with Crasso to help
I
the
know I've
Priory look into
snuck
Gore's
in,
theory.
done the protest, and
We
gotten
both need to
myself
make inroads with
arrested,
the orders for my
and
long-term
then
plan to
busted
be
out.
viable.
But I don't think I've
Work
ever
with
done
whichever one here you think
the
will get the
vigils.
job done.
Let's
I
storm
will.
the battlements.
I'm as eager to
So I
figure
think
this
I'll
out
go
as
with
you
that.
are. And eventually, you'll need to share some details about this long-range plan of yours.
Crusader slept.
Embrace simplicity.
I'm in. Let's go kick down some doors. Let's see. This is not as good of a bow. My axes. It is better than one of my axes. So we will take that. And replace the offhand, I believe. Did it work correctly? It did for a change. Pants I can't wear. A jacket I can wear that has better stats. Hence, I will wear it and we get new dice. A sword, 401. Better. Much better. And the last, short bow, 401. Much better. We will deconstruct what we can. Did I actually do what I think I just did? No, okay, I did swap. I thought I had forgotten to swap the armor. But this is not dyed those colors, so here we go. Time for another random dye selection, and that's appalling. That's pretty awful. Glint's Ambition, Grape Shade, and the hat, at least, also is sporting a little bit of enameled sacrifice and iris. It's a look. It's a pretty awful one, but it is a look. And they dinged again. Give me power and precision, please. And deconstruct. And out we go. And we're going to storm Garenhof. Might take me a bit to get there. Closest way. Probably Lion's Arch, I think. Lion's Arch? Over here? I can never remember. 3 sides in a triangle. I remembered. I'm smarter than I look. Or sound. And Lion's Arch was the closest. I don't know if there's an exit in the west, so we'll just bop to here. Garenhof is a bit of a ways away.
Don't you ever get tired of following soldiers around, blessing them?
Kessex Hills. Wrong button. Right button. Have I chosen poorly? I've chosen relatively poorly. But I can make it work. Flying is cheating. And I'm fine with that. Ladies and gentlemen, Garenhof. With the Wizard's Tower still there. I do like that they used this little enigmatic piece of terrain and lore as the basis for the Secrets of the Obscure expansion.
Do you require my...
Zoja's info places the inquest base in this area, but it'll take some legwork to pin down the exact location.
That's why I'm here, to find Gore. For the time being, the Vigil's work is my work.
Superb. We
Superb.
need Gore back. He's one of the few geniuses who actually addresses the impact we have on our surroundings.
Since when is the Vigil so concerned about the environment? I thought your sole focus was the dragons.
That's our main focus, not our only one. Confronting the dragon shines a light on our own destructive habits, which is a personal priority of mine.
Wow. Environmentally
Now
aware
let's find
Asura.
Gore. As General Soulkeeper says, you can't kill 2 birds with 1 stone until you have the stone in hand.
And even then, you're going to need a ricochet shot, which is a tough one. Let's see, I'm 47. I have the 2 lines equipped. Yes, yes. So where are we dropping points right now? No need to start dropping here for a 3rd because we don't get a 3rd line to open up until 70 or 71. Signips. And that just leaves us with spirits. Okay. Search the houses. Well, if memory serves. It's the house here, I think.
There's the power. Hey, you don't belong here.
Yep, I remember
backup.
correctly.
Stay here and secure our exit. We'll get Professor Gore.
I'm gonna go to the top, make sure it's clear. Activate the console. Arcane Eye database is ready. Please enter your query. I would like more information. Background on Agent Ract. Agent Ract is a top-ranking officer in the Arcane Eye. Is currently detailed to Redacted, where this primary functions are redacted, redacted, and redacted in support of Redacted. More information on the Arcane Eye. Arcane Eye is the Arcane Council's private security force. They are charged with carrying out the Council's orders, reinforcing Council edicts, and ensuring safety of the Councilors. I'd like more information on the Arcane Council. The Council is the dominant political body in Ratasum. The Councilors are among the most accomplished and successful geniuses alive. That was not particularly helpful. How about this? I think Professor Gore's theories are crucial to our campaigns against the Elder Dragons. I must be allowed to publish his findings and continue his research. I have a quick question for you. I don't usually do briefings in the field, but okay. I don't think I need... Is he even up here with me? He is up here with me. Okay. Activate the console. Arcane database is ready. It's the exact same thing. I guess that's the limit of their database ographies, is that. Pardon me, guys. Can you help me with eating axes?
My role has ended.
Oh, his role has ended. That's so sad.
Down you go. That's the difference between soldiers and secret.
Hello? Is someone there? I can't see you clearly, but I can hear you.
I just need to make
Please,
sure everything's cleared out here.
Require assistance. This is all very confusing.
Gore.
Thank the alchemy. Watch out. We're not alone.
I just had to kill a couple of them.
Professor Gore, we're here to rescue you.
I like his eyes.
Are you all right?
Unharmed, at any rate. Please, who are you? Can you tell me why I've been incarcerated?
We're supporters of yours, sir. Your theory about the dragons has made you some powerful enemies. Until we can neutralize those enemies, we need to protect you from them. But first, we have to extract you from this place. We should split up and force any pursuers to follow two trails.
Yes, splitting up is always
I'll
the
take
wisest
Gore with
course.
me, and we'll rendezvous with Zoja and the other orders. Now we part ways. I'm looking forward to working with you again. We'll see you soon. Don't get killed, okay? As a potential asset, you're too valuable to lose.
Thanks. I guess. On the other hand, it's not often you have an Asura tell you to not get killed. Most of the time, if it would provide useful data, that would be okay with them. Here we go. That's not the mount I wanted. We'll try again. That's the mount I wanted. Here we go. I hit the tree. I was doing fine until I hit the tree. Multiple times. And then splashed. You know, it didn't go well once my steering went wrong. Good evening. I didn't realize it was the next map over, but it's the next map over. Gendarn Fields. forever. Where to? No, it's not Gendarn Fields. Is it? No, it must be. Where? Oh, the vigil. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? I'm lost. All right, it must be there. Do I really have? That's the only waypoint I have in there. All right. Oh, I have heard of the game WildStar. I loved WildStar. I miss it a lot. In fact, I have a secret dream. I'll share it with you. Okay, I have a lot of secret dreams, but I'll share the one that's not dirty. A few months back, about 3 months, 4 months, NCSoft reached an agreement with the City of Heroes Homecoming server cluster to turn them into an officially licensed and acceptable legally fan-supported, not-for-profit server for City of Heroes. This was awesome. Thank you, NCSoft. NCSoft, do you know what would be even better? Yeah, if you took the source code for WildStar and you opened that up to people as well for non-commercial, private server, licensed use. That would be awesome. Please bring us back WildStar. Please. So that's the non-dirty dream. I enjoyed WildStar a great deal. I had every class at the cap. And we don't have enough AAA MMORPGs around. And it was, quality-wise. Wasn't making enough money, but in terms of quality... Oh, wait, I guess I'm supposed to... I still don't know where they want me to go. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, back to Radisson. Let's pretend I didn't just wander around for 5 minutes. I played at launch, and I was playing again when they were about to shut down the servers, and wanted to make sure I hung around all day when they shut down the server, but my computer died, so I wasn't around for it. I was really disappointed by that. I played a lot at launch, came back a while, played some more, and then played for quite a while before they shut it down, continually. To get to have all the characters capped, I put in a lot of time. It's going pretty well. Thank you for asking. And yourself?
We're seeing a sharp increase in dragon minion activity at several key locations.
I know. Vigil resources are stretched thin. As soon as we clear an area out, more minions push in.
One bright spot in all this extra activity is that the Priory has been able to capture several
Why did they?
minions
Yeah, it just wasn't making enough money. And frankly, they kept it going for at least 6 months longer than I expected.
All of us are safe for now.
Given how quickly they shut down Tabula Rasa and the original City of Heroes, I expected that once it was clear it wasn't going to be a big hit, that they wouldn't simply take the path of least resistance and pull the plug. But they left it going for another 6-9 months afterwards.
Jailing me for a
just wasn't making enough money.
Outrageous. Opprobrious.
Now, the thing is it might have even been making money, just not much. It's not unusual for corporations, especially in my experience, the Asian game companies,
we find an area
if a particular property isn't producing enough
and clear it while
profit,
measures the ambient magic.
To just simplify everything,
Then
they will
track the
kill
changes in
products.
Gore's readings. End result, fewer undead,
You know,
we get data,
it's not
and
worth
we
their
give the
effort
environment
to
some
spend
relief.
all of the
It's a
overhead to keep
win-win-win.
a marginal product
I
running, so
prefer
they'll
a more
just pull the
controlled
plug.
experiment. The Priory has already captured several dragon minions for advanced study.
City of Heroes
This
was profitable when they
definitely
pulled the plug,
qualifies.
as an example.
Sounds like two sound options. The Order of Whispers will be standing by when you're finished collecting your data.
I know what you're going to say, Zojia. But before I pick an option, I want to know what your mysterious long-range plan is.
In a word, alliances. Building new ones and repairing old ones, all to fight the dragons. You're working with the orders to bring about the former. I'll deal with the latter in due course. For now, we need to substantiate Gord's theory. How you get the proof is up to you.
Really, really nice that they made a WildStar 2. I'd be ecstatic if they would just open it up to further development by opening up the source code. Let's see. I didn't know. I wasn't listening to what the plans actually were, so I'll try that again.
Always be loyal to your crew.
Escort Gore in and out of a minion-infested area so he can do his tests, or Crasso. It'll be tough proving his theory. Will you stand with the Priory while we help Gore run tests? Yes, I will do that. None of these helms will be statistical improvements on what I'm currently wearing, so it doesn't much matter which I take. Crafting mats. An axe that is not as good as what I currently have. Gloves that I can't wear. A staff, 429 max. About the same as what I've already got. Exactly the same as what I've already got. That's disappointing. Pants I can't wear. And an axe that's really, really good. Really good. I don't know. I was aware you could get random yellows out of those boxes. But apparently they are the same as the current math in them is anyway the same as in the current unidentified magic item boxes. Which I was not aware of. Regardless, I got a way better axe. Let me step back out. So that was my secret dream for what I would like to see NCSoft do with WildStar. Think of the positive press. Everyone would talk about how cool you are, NCSoft. And I should say, actually, as much as I have crapped on NCSoft in the past, and I have, to reach that agreement with the Homecoming cluster, that took some work on their side. There was somebody who had to champion that inside NCSoft. They had to convince people up the food chain. They had to walk it through legal. They had to go through a bunch of hoops to finally get to the point where we now have access to a City of Heroes, privately run, fan-operated, licensed server. And I want to thank the people at NCSoft who made that happen. Thank you guys, really. Most of the time, game companies are only interested in the money they're going to get. And in this case, there was never any money for them in it. They did what was right, hopefully for the right reasons. But they actually did what was right. And I missed that thing I was supposed to talk to, so we'll try again. Yeah, this one. And test subject. I mean, all you have to do is read any of the game-based news over this entire year so far. And what you'll see is just this long litany of layoffs and stuff. Better. For me, it's a better game. They are very, very different games. So, I mean, that one is such a matter of taste.
When you're ready, we'll bring in a dragon.
I would say that for me, Guild Wars 2 is a better game in that it fits the things I enjoy doing more.
The containment
But
field will
WildStar was
protect us.
really good
I'm
too, and I
prepared
played
to
a lot of
measure the
WildStar.
results. Savant, will you please
I mean,
throw
right now
this
I've got a bunch of MMOs installed, and I play them from time to time now. If I was strictly always want to be playing the game I thought was best, I'd only have one, but I currently have, let me see, currently installed on my computer, Guild Wars 1 and 2, EverQuest 2, Lord of the Rings Online, Champions Online, Star Trek Online, 2 City of Heroes servers, 4 Star Wars Galaxies servers, and WoW, alongside 4 ARPGs and a bunch of single-player games. For me, Guild Wars is definitely better than WoW, but I have so much time in WoW. There's also a degree of comfort in WoW, but they're very, very different. For instance, Guild Wars 2 from launch has had the same level cap, level 80. If you reached level 80 a week after the game launched and got decent gear and you haven't played since and you come back, you still have a character at the cap with decent gear. WoW is very much about the item chase and, you know, tickling that little part of the brain that enjoys getting fat loot. And Guild Wars 2 doesn't really have that in this the standard way that so many MMOs do of just, you know, add 5 or 10 new levels and a whole bunch of new gear for you to grind. That's not what Guild Wars offers. And so, again, the game's very, very different. You know, it may look the same with hotbars and, you know, moving your camera and jumping around and pressing buttons, but at the core, the gameplay loop, the core gameplay loop is very different between Guild Wars 2 and World of Warcraft. Mind you, I played World of Warcraft earlier today. I am enjoying the Pandaria remix that they just launched.
Okay, Professor. Bombarding the creature with pure magic. Now.
Never played Guild Wars. Does it have dungeons and raids? It has
What
dungeons
readings of
and
your
raids.
sensor?
Dungeons are kind of a dead thing in the game in that people don't play them a lot. They've added what are called fractal dungeons, which are similar to Mythic. To Mythic Plus was, in essence, inspired by Guild Wars 2's fractal dungeons, fractals. So they have that, and there are 100 different levels of that, like
Sorry,
20 different
Professor.
maps.
I should have anticipated that such a high
And then they
dose
do have
of
raids.
concentrated magic would only strengthen the minion.
They are not as many or as extensive
This
as
test
WoW
proved
raids.
that we are
They also
all
have
imperiled, particularly those of us
2 different
possessing
types of
large
PvP at the end
magical
game.
stockpiles.
It does not have a specific
On
dungeon
the
finder
bright
at present.
side, this is the
Normally you just go
breakthrough I've been
to
looking for.
there is a
Positive
looking
that
for
my
game
theory is
mechanic,
valid.
and you would go to the appropriate
These
looking for
readings
game
are
mechanic and
conclusive. The more magic
put a
we gave
post
it,
there.
the
And so
more was
it's
absorbed.
similar to looking to
Arcane
the
Council
dungeon
can't
finder, but
possibly deny the
it doesn't
correlation.
really work exactly the
That
same.
may be.
It
but
has
in
a
my
similar mechanic.
experience, The Council's reactions aren't always easy to predict.
Still, we are one giant step closer to proving Gore's theory to the world. Let's share this data with Zojja and the other orders.
There are also strikes, which are in essence raid bosses that are their own fight. My understanding is there's a similar mechanic in Final Fantasy XIV, where basically all it is a boss fight. So if you're looking for PvE content in the end game, there are dungeons, but not a lot of people play them. They're kind of deprecated content. There are the fractals. There are raids, which are 10-man content. And there are strikes, which are 10-man content. In essence, those are just a raid boss fight without the rest of the raid stuff. They've chosen to go with more strikes because it's a lot less development intensive to bring out 3 or even 4, however many strikes, than it is to build one sort of coherent raid. So it's easier for them to crank out more content. You do not have to join a guild. And in fact, they just changed it. They upped the number of guilds you can be in to 6. I'm currently in the member of 5 guilds on my main account here. The Irregulars, Isengard bids 5, Order of the Crosshair, Never Tell Me the Odds, Pirate Barbie House, don't ask. And I have one empty because they just added a 6th. And you can be... It does help, certainly, if you have a lot of friends who can play. My primary guild is the Irregulars. You can see we have had a lot of people join over the years, right? But if you also look, most of these players have been idle for years. And some of them I don't even know who they are. So, yeah, having an active group of friends helps. But in this case, due to the guild mechanic, where you can now have 6 instead of 5 guilds, you can be a member of a bunch, and that can help make things more active for you. There are specialty guilds. There are guilds that aim at a particular type of gameplay. They want to do raiding. They want to do fractals. They want to do world v world or structured PvP. And there is a looking for guild mechanic. I've never used it, so I can't really comment on what it offers or doesn't offer. But like any MMO, yeah, more players is going to be better. Well, actually, not just MMO. Any game is more fun if you're playing with friends. I mean, that's just a slam dunk. So you'll hear some game that's hot and being played by a lot of people, and you ask someone, is it fun? And they'll go, it's a lot of fun with friends. Almost anything's a lot of fun with friends. So it's not necessarily this incredible ringing endorsement that a game is great with friends. But I mostly play solo, and always have, in all of my MMOs. And yes, it is a solo-friendly game.
My theory is confirmed. Thanks to you all, we have conclusive proof that the dragons are consuming the world's magic at an alarming rate.
This is the first step to building a coalition to battle the dragons. We need to tell everyone, the entire Asura population, as quickly as possible. Racked and the Arcane Eye won't allow it. So how do we get vital information past a highly trained, secret police force dedicated to keeping it contained?
If the Priory called a conference, all the most influential geniuses in Ratasum would attend. Racked wouldn't dare touch them. And once they know, the news can't help but spread.
Word of mouth isn't reliable. Not against Racked. We need mass communication. We should commandeer the Golem Control Center and broadcast a message from there.
The Arcane Eye is the real problem. If we attack them head-on and take the fight to Rack to
This game
itself,
had
it won't
these
be able
funny
to contain
characters.
Gore's theory.
There are 5 races. This is one of the 5
Savant.
races. This is the
All
Asura.
3 orders want you as a
They
member.
are
If you're willing,
a
the
bunch
plan you
of
choose now will
arrogant,
determine the order you join.
magical technology-based
willing. That'll put me
race
on the inside
that thinks
with
of
access to all
themselves
of that
as
order's
the
resources from here on.
height of
That's what you
evolution
meant by building alliances.
and are given
Partially,
to
yes. The rest will come after we
incredibly
present Gore's theory to
amoral
the
and
world.
sometimes
Now,
downright
select the
sadistic
plan
and
and
evil
remember,
behaviors.
The order you
Because,
choose is the order
well,
you
they're
join.
right and everyone else is wrong. So they're funny, but they're also kind of creepy. I'm going to go with Scholar Crasso. Brawn can't defeat the dragons, but brains can. The other 4 races are the Silvari, who are basically a plant-based race that has only awakened in the last, I believe, 20 or 25 years, game time. And we have the Norn, who are, think, bigger than human, humanoid Viking types. Humans, and Char, who are mostly feline-looking and very militaristic, think sort of Klingons. Is this longbow better than the longbow I'm currently using? It is not. Shortbow, greatsword might be, but probably isn't. Great bow is great sword is 408. No, not as good. New wood staff 420. 420. Lol. None of those are an improvement over what I'm currently using. And out we go. Asura were part of the lore from Guild Wars 1. I've not played enough Guild Wars 1 to be able to comment cogently on how big a part they played. I know it wasn't big. But I think one of the reasons they're in the game is the sadly inescapable desire to have a short race in the game. Because it seems like every game's got to have a short race.
I have several days planned to stop in and meet with Gix.
WoW's got several. Final Fantasy XIV. I know they've got at least one.
Gore's ready to start. Can't wait to hear what you discovered.
I've gathered the finest minds in the world for this, Gore.
I fell.
Best not
But you
disappoint
didn't see that.
Excuse me. The final member of my research team has arrived. If you and the audience are ready, we can begin.
Outstanding. Looking forward to your presentation, Professor. I'll introduce you. My fellow geniuses, please join the College of Synergetics in welcoming Professor Gore.
Thank you for coming. You may have already heard my theory about the Elder Dragons consuming magic. Today, I'm here to present
WildStar had a short race.
proof of that theory.
They were insane.
Proof and a warning. If left unchecked,
Here comes Rack.
the dragons will consume every last iota of magic in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this presentation has been cancelled on account of death. Yours.
Stop! Silencing me won't help you now. Besides, I'm only trying to help defeat the dragons.
Then you should have stayed in your cell. Now I have to kill everyone here and burn the room. What a waste of time.
It's a waste of a great deal
See,
more
that's
than time.
more. That's the
Don't
Asura.
do this, Agent.
Now I have to kill
Concealing
everyone.
the threat posed
And burn
by
down
the
this room.
dragons
What a
helps
waste
no
of
one
time.
and harms everyone.
You can't control the truth, Ract. Things have already gone too far.
That may be true, but you're not going any farther. Instead, you're all going to die right here, right now.
Song by Jesus Jones, right here, right now.
Now to turn up the heat.
Why is he invulnerable?
Emergency protocols activated. Beginning attack sequence.
All right, I'll just spin here and kill a bunch of robots. Technically golems.
If we can reach the console, I believe we can reprogram the golems to fight fire.
Well then, I'll try to reprogram the console. Extinguish
Switching
all
to
fire.
fire suppression mode.
I will also note, if you've never played Guild Wars 2, the original game is free to play. If you like it, you only have to look at buying the expansions that came afterwards. And they often have sales for on the first two. If you buy the second one, you get the first one free. They often have sales on that 2 expansion package for, I can't remember, 10 bucks, 15 bucks, 15 bucks at most. I think it's 10 bucks. How big would you say the campaign for WildStar compared to WoW? I can't really remember. I mean, WoW for now, if you're trying to play through the end game, getting to the end game in WoW now is a lot faster than it used to be. So, if you're talking about WildStar's campaign as it existed when they shut the server down, and WoW's as it exists now, WoW's is a lot faster to just get to the end, just to get to the level
It's
cap.
over, Ract.
But WoW
Everyone
has
here
got a
heard
lot
Gore's
more
message,
content
and they're about
than
to spread
WildStar
it
did.
across Tyria.
And when the council sees what you've done, they'll have your head.
The council can be extremely myopic when it suits them. Besides, once you're all dead, there'll be nothing left for them to see.
It doesn't have to end like that. You're loyal, but you're also smart. You can still walk away from this.
But you can't. My orders are clear. None of you leaves here alive. Never capitulate!
There's the power.
Alright, well, we got rid of him, and now Flax. Just the Flax.
I'm a counsel. Here, you see, Counselor Flax, everything I said is true. The Arcane Eye have been trying to suppress my theory that the dragons are eating magic. My correct theory, I might add. We now have proof that the dragons
They
do
knew all
consume
along.
magic.
We know, Professor. We've always known. Preparations are being made to exploit your discovery for Ratasum's benefit, even as we speak.
Then Ract was working for you all along. You used the Arcane Eye to get Gore out of the way so you could stifle the truth.
You won't get away with this. We'll tell the world. We'll distribute Gore's research. We'll...
You'll make a lot of shrill noise, as always, and as always, no one will listen or care. You're wasting the Council's time. This audience is over.
Ah, Flax. You see, they're the cute little race. They're just not, they're really not nice. Individuals can be nice, but as a whole, not.
I had no idea the Council was corrupt enough to hoard information that could help Tyria deal with the dragons.
They obviously think they can keep themselves safe in Ratasum. But the more power they stockpile, the faster the dragons will come for them.
Listen, I've fought the dragons, and I'm telling you, they have no chance. The only hope Tyria has is for all races to join forces.
That's the Priory's current mission. But
You
I think
reckon
I
they
can
have
handle
private
things in
servers to play
Ratasum
WildStar
from
like they
here
have on
out.
WoW?
The German
There
Priory
is
has bigger plans for
a
you,
group
novice.
working
It's time to
on
take the fight
private
to the
server
dragon.
technology for
Head to Lion's
WildStar.
Arch. A Priory contact is
I
waiting
know
for
they
you.
have the
She'll give you
housing
your
done,
first official mission.
so that you can use the housing
Congratulations.
system and,
Getting you into an
and
order was
create
the
your
first
own
step.
house
Now
and
for the
run
tricky
around
part.
and jump in it
I'm
and
bound to
do
Lion's
any of the
Arch
jumping
too.
puzzles or
I'm
other
meeting an
activities that are in it.
old friend there.
I believe they have all the
We were
movement
members of a
stuff
brilliant
done,
team, Destiny's
but
Edge.
they have to
Things
do
went
all the work for
horribly
combat,
wrong,
I believe.
But I'm starting to think the team is worth another try. We almost took down an Elder Dragon without any help, but the dragons are too big for one group to tackle. Tyria needs their experience, and Destiny's Edge needs all the help they can get. Once you're settled in at the vision,
Yeah, I have no moral qualms
I'll
about
be
playing
honored to
private
answer that
servers
call.
for dead
As a member
games.
of the Priory, a citizen of Tyria, and
For
your
me,
friend,
personally,
I'll
I'm
be
not
ready.
comfortable playing a
Thank
private
you.
server for
This
a
may
game
fail,
that's
but
still
I have
live.
to at least try.
But that's a
I
me
wouldn't feel
thing.
that way if not
I
for
don't
you.
hold that against anyone
I'll meet you in
who
Lion's
chooses to play a game like that. There, I mean, for instance, there's a Lord of the Rings private server in development. And I'm not interested in playing that because, the servers for the real game are still live. But I've got a number of friends who do play it. Hey, Hodge. I was going to say, welcome. He normally lurks on YouTube.
Statistically speaking,
And
this is
now
rather
we have
rare.
finished out Act 3, and coming right up will be Act 4, which will take like a minute because I'm going to skip through all the conversations, and then I get a key. And then I get to open a box and experience the disappointment all over again. A new necklace. I don't think it's going to be as good as anything I've got. It's not. Rather play retail WoW than private servers. That's the way I feel. Is even if when retail WoW is in a place that I don't like, say Shadowlands or BFA, Battle for Azeroth, which I felt were really not good. I still don't want to play I just don't feel right playing it when there's the real servers are available. Once the game is dead, those qualms go right out the window. Let's see. I have unlocked that. Staff is locked. Yeah, we'll take the staff, sure. But that's just a personal thing. I don't think I would never make a sort of a statement like nobody should do that. I'm just personally not comfortable with it. 344, don't think so. No, I'm going to break all these down. We're going to... Oh, we leveled up again. Tier 3 crafting mats. And now I'm going to exit. I mean, like I said, I have 2 City of Heroes private servers currently installed on my system, and 4 different Star Wars Galaxies private servers clients installed on my system. Travel to Lion's Arch. Okay, I'm going to travel to Lion's Arch.
I fought for years in the Mist War.
And now, for those of you who've never seen it, you will get a glimpse of old Lion's Arch. Lion's Arch was destroyed in Living World Season 1 and rebuilt after it. And for a long time, there was no way to see old Lion's Arch other than through one of the storyline instances like this. So this is what it looks like now. It looks sort of like a mix and match of themes. This is what it looked like at launch. Now, the color will be sort of a sepia tone in parts of it, but this is what it looked like originally, where it had a strongly nautical theme, where a lot of the buildings used to be ships, and they had turned them into buildings. Did you say you had a private server just a minute ago? I don't actually have the servers. I have the clients to run on 2 City of Heroes servers, especially the Homecoming server. That's where I have played. My second most streamed game is City of Heroes, and that's been on the Homecoming servers. And then I have 4 different clients installed for Star Wars Galaxies private servers. So this is what old Lion's Arch looked like, with a strongly nautical theme. The buildings either looking like ships or they really were ships that had been turned into buildings. It was very cool. They had some server issues because down in that area there is where all the players always were running around, and therefore they had performance issues because of that.
You have something to discuss?
These are the 5. Every race has its mentor for all of your characters, and this is all 5 of the racial mentors.
Welcome, fellow members of Destiny's
I'm going to skip
Edge.
through it. Dr. Zojia again.
Nothing's exploded, right?
And get my key. Right there. Not quite a level, but close. We'll go back out. We'll hit the bank. We'll grab a Black Lion chest. And we'll pop that puppy open and see if we can get something nice. Yesterday's was a little disappointing. Read your mail. A new friend. Oh God, I forgot. Well, I won't be probably doing any more of the storyline stuff, but I definitely... One of the mentors you get for the 3 orders that I just had to choose from is really annoying, I think, and badly written. City of Heroes is free to play now. Exactly. If anyone's interested in City of Heroes, it's free to play. They have continued adding stuff in the private server, so there's additional content, additional archetypes. Just do a search for City of Heroes Homecoming, and I strongly recommend. If anyone's interested in the game now, be warned, it's an old school game, so parts of it will feel clunky to anyone who's more used to the quality of life in more contemporary games. At the time, I don't remember for sure. It was probably... monthly? I can't remember. I think it was 15. 15 was the standard price at the time for all MMOs. Keep in mind that it came out like 6 months before WoW did. So WoW set a lot of standards for MMOs. For things like that, but I think it was $15. I think it was the same as I think EverQuest was the same. I think, and EverQuest was the big deal at the time. Was the biggest of them. All right, here's our Black Lion chest. We are guaranteed to get a Black Lion statuette and a fine black die canister blue. We will get 2 commons. Good ones in here are always the weapon unlocks. A couple of the other ones aren't bad if I get lucky with a die. For instance, the other night I opened a bunch of boxes. I got 3 dies I didn't have on the alternate account. My main account, I had them all. Warcraft's gone from £10 to £15. I'm not sure. I know that prices are also lower if you get a longer term sub from WoW. In the US, it's $15 a month. And so when I play WoW, I just get it on a per month basis because I very rarely play WoW longer than a month anymore. The uncommons are the Dark Matter skins. Just the other day, I got the Dark Matter axe skin. This one here, it's cool looking. It also will sell for 100 gold, which is a lot of scratch. And then we have the rares. I only have one of these. This is the only one. I wasn't nuts about this set. So this is a focus. That's the only one of those I have. And then, of course, the super rares, which I'll never get. I will click open. We'll get a common here, a common here. And what we're looking for is the 1 in 10 shot, approximately, to get a 5th box to appear. And that'll hold an uncommon or better. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Psych. Go. We got a teleport to friend. We got the Black Lion die canister blue, which I'm going to slap into the bank alongside the Black Lion statuette. And we got a die pack, a die kit. This is the Deathly die kit. I can't remember if I have all of them on the account. They recently changed these dies. It used to be there were commons, uncommons, rares, and exclusives, and they were increasingly less likely to get. They changed it now that it's an even shot for whatever you get. I have all the commons, uncommons, and rares already. Do I have all the exclusives in this? I think I'm missing 2. 1, 2. So, if I get an exclusive, I'll have a 1 in 3 shot. Otherwise, it goes off to my alt account. It's an uncommon. It goes off to the alt account. If the alt account has it, it goes into the guild bank. So, I will now continue playing.
More violets, I say.
I wanted to do those 2 storyline bits and get the key. And let's see where I am. Okay, I have done Metrica. I've done Brisbane. I've done Queensdale.
May the stars guide
I
you.
have done Wayfarer. Done none of Snowden Drifts. None of Lornar's. Where to? I know. I often like to go to one specific place for once I've cracked about 30 or 35. And that is maybe the most or least played core map in the game, which is Fields of Ruin. And the easiest way to get there is through Lion's Arch, where there's a gate. Oh, was that an invisible wall? Not a fan of invisible walls. I whine about them a lot.
We can't make a treaty with the Char. They can. Everything's just been going so
Yeah, that's better. Gotta say, they did a good job when they did the 3D modeling for this city. Because Otherwise, flying around in the city would not look very good. And that's not it. There it is. In we go. Fields of Ruin. I have done a little bit of Fields of Ruin. Okay, then I have... Well, this is where I was previously leveling.
Most intriguing.
Not a bunch, but a little. I did finish the city area, right? Yep. You were a Gear of War player back in the day. That was your favorite? Not one I ever played. I had a couple of PlayStations over the years, 1, 2, and 3, I think. Never had an Xbox. I was kind of bitter about Xbox because, well, there was a game being worked on by a company that used to make Macintosh games. They were making it, I think, for Mac and also for PC at the time. But they got their reputation and everything making Macintosh games. And, for instance, they had a couple of first-person shooters, one of which was called Marathon. It was really good. And they were working on it, and everyone was looking forward to their new game on the Macintosh. And that company got bought, lock, stock, and barrel, by Microsoft. And Microsoft took the game that they were working on and moved it over to their brand new Xbox platform that they hadn't launched yet. And so that game that was being worked on for the Macintosh and the PC was called Halo. You might have heard of it. And I got to admit, I bore a grudge about that. That was a cool, interesting sounding game I was really looking forward to. And they bought it. And they used that to leverage the Xbox. If it hadn't been for that game, Xbox would have failed. So, I was sulking about that for years. Team for Gears were making a shooter called Lawbreakers that never got released. Looks good as well. Well, I mean, a lot of games, die in development. That's not that unusual. Oh, requires level 35, and that's 34. God, that's annoying. So annoying. Didn't Halo change for the better? I don't know. The game was not released on any other platform at the time other than Xbox. So what would it have been like on the Mac? Don't know. Ah, major kicks. Pardon me, Couple of laps. All right. Old man's feeling spry. Trying not to trip and fall and break a hip. So he's going for 3. Oh, yeah. 3 laps today. Now that's a workout. Whew. Oh, my God. I know you were all checking out my butt while I was doing that. No. Their biggest hit, Bungie, had been Marathon. And that was a first-person shooter. And they were working on Halo as a first-person shooter.
Camp in Doomspy's watch. We need supplies, rations, and siege parts. Have you any to spare?
You're stationed in the watch?
I mean, they may have been developing
Might be the last
a product parallel to it. That's certainly possible. But I remember looking forward to, it had leaked some information or released some information about Halo. I need to randomize my dice again.
Follow me.
Yeah, sure, I guess. This is Grape Gum Wrath. That's pretty much it. Our new colors. Aren't they lovely? They kind of match what I'm flying, at least, so that's a nice thing. Could have swore it was going to be similar to XCOM games. No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm streaming right now, or I would definitely double check and triple check my info by just hitting the Wikipedia or something like that. See, I don't just kill things, I res things too. I'm a good guy. No, I was, well, let me put it this way. Here's my name tag from a company I used to work for. So maybe that would explain why I was interested in the Macintosh software. Maybe it explains it a little. Well, the funny thing is, yeah, Bungie dumped Microsoft and then got bought out by somebody else. And then they dumped them. And now they're getting bought out by someone else again.
Maximum pain.
I did. 7 years. And then I worked for General Magic, and then I worked for Data Rover Mobile Systems, which changed their name to Icarus, and then I worked for Orative. And then I worked for Cisco. I played the original Prince of Persia on the Apple II Plus. May have played one or two others, but that's the only one I know for a fact that I played. The original. Jordan Mechner, I believe, was the designer on the Apple II Plus. And it was a side-scrolling fighting game.
Getting healthy.
And I was terrible at that kind of game, but I successfully completed it. So, in like a single day, because I threw myself at it for like 12 or 16 hours, a long time to get it done. It was good enough, even though that wasn't my favorite genre of game. I played it until I beat it. And historically, I don't beat a lot of games. Event failed. Oh. Well, shoot. We failed our event.
There's the power.
Yes, my first computer was an Apple II Plus. I bought it in 1979 or 1980, something like that. And I bought it to play games on. For no other reason than to play games. Now, eventually it helped me get my degree. But that wasn't why I bought it. I bought it to play games.
There's the power.
Specifically, one game in particular. A game called Computer Bismarck. By Strategic Simulations Incorporated, the guys best known for the old gold box D&D games. It was their first game, and they advertised it at the time as like the $1,299 game, because the game cost $99, but you'd have to spend $1,200 on the computer. I don't think I want anything to do with the Champion Giant branded Devourer, as it has chunks of guys much higher level than me in its stool. Discretion is the bitter part of... Sorry, excretion is the bitter part of valor. Yes, and there's a dead person over there already. That guy chose poorly. But I've had plenty of other gaming computers and gaming systems. Tame it. If I could, that would kick ass. One of the things I liked about the pet taming in WoW is there were a lot of sort of very difficult to tame one-shot critters you could get. There are some of those here, but generally it's not too tough to find and tame what you're looking for. I would really like to get the new one that came in with the new content drop. But since this is my 4th Ranger on this account, I probably need to get it on the one with the most pets currently. But yeah, I would love a giant freaking, even if just like for an instance or something, you can pop it out in SPVP. Now we're talking. That would get me playing structured PvP. What do we have to do here? Branded. I can kill the branded, sure. Remember your monkey with a fez. If I ever get a new PC, you might try it out. Hey, it's the free-to-play is more than enough for you to decide if you want to spend any money on it. Because that's all the content that was in the game when it launched. So that's like my big selling point for it is the only expense it is to give it a real try is time and the download.
Powerful combination.
Branded attacker strength. Come on, you guys. That's all you got? Shouldn't you be attacking with like more bad guys? They're just not making a particularly good effort, I don't think.
Can I get any better?
I have defeated 25 dragon minions, and that gave me a nice big chunk of XP. And a level. Oh, more branded. Interwebs say Halo was supposed to be an RTS prior to Mac revealing as sort of a third person, and then after that's right, it was third person, not FPS. Marathon, I think, the same way. And then after getting bought, became a full-fledged FPS. Huh, okay. But certainly some of the concepts, for instance, from... Was that an event failed? That couldn't be failed because I didn't fail. For instance, the idea of computers having rampancy, AIs having rampancy, was in Marathon.
Dragon Brand knows we're here now.
Wait, what's... Bloodstone Elemental up? No, thank you. Bloodstone Elemental's no fun either. That would just kill... There are two things running here that would kill me easily. I did not try Terra. My understanding about it... one of the guys who do the Penny Arcade comic, if you're familiar with them, at the time Terra came out, he was... And this is the best description of the game I've ever seen. He talked about how incredibly good the combat was, but how everything else was the worst kind of MMO boilerplate bullshit. But that the gameplay was so fun, it kept him playing. and that he didn't want to do anything other than just combat because the combat was so well done and the rest of the game was so badly done. A friend of mine who tried it out dismissed it as being a game filled with guys playing 12-year-old slut bunny characters. Your mileage may vary.
There's the power.
It's canceled now, but I think it's live still on console and possibly also on private servers. Terra, but I'm not sure about that. I keep up with all of the MMO news and stuff, so even games I wasn't interested in, like Terra,
There's the power.
I still have some information on them. I've tried most of the successful or more successful Asian MMOs that have come to this country, and some of the less successful ones too. I tried Elyon, and most of it was the worst kind of Asian pay-to-win and item improvement grind crap that I can't stand. But the gameplay itself was a lot of fun. It was really fun. I like to inform myself about games. So, for instance, there are a couple games, if they ever actually come here, that I have no real interest in, but I'm planning on trying when they become available. And that's Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty.
Ready for the next one.
I think the only one you wanted to play way back was Monster Hunter, but it wasn't even released in Japan either. It was like China, Korea exclusive. A friend of mine played
There's the power.
the one that was released here in the West. And you know, I watched people play it, and his opinion about it was exactly what my opinion was, is that he enjoyed it a lot, but he thought I would hate it. And I think he was completely right in that it has the individual fights are long and involved, and if you're not pretty good, you can fail them. And that's the same sort of thing. The same sort of reason I don't play Souls-alike is I get very frustrated. I don't get the big jolt of endorphins that other people get from winning. You know, when you fighting a critter in a Souls-alike and you die and you fail and you die and you fail and you make a little progress and you die and you fail and you fail and you finally make it and you get that big burst of brain chemicals. I don't get that burst of brain chemicals. I don't get oh God, I won, I beat it, that's awesome. I just get oh thank God it stopped hurting. Again, that is just a me thing, and most definitely not a game thing. I wish the Souls games were something I was interested in. Ooh, new gloves. Better, new hat. New dives, that means. If you don't feel the satisfaction of not having destroyed your controller after finally winning. Right now, there's a hole in the drywall of my little ledge over here on the side, about yay big. That happened because when I get angry, I would punch the wall. And I punched the wall so much that the drywall got soft and eventually caved. I try to avoid that degree of frustration because I know myself well enough. I don't handle it well. I wish I did, but I don't.
Target destroyed.
It's slightly better. We'll wear that. That's a 401 short bow. That's a 401 short bow. Then we won't bother. That's a bad sword. That is a 524 hammer. Way better. And we have a new hat. And as is tradition, when we get a new item of attire, that means new dies. Randomly, here we go. Pretty boring. Ivory is pretty boring. And then core ice. It's fine. Not most of the time. I mean, I swear a lot. I get very angry at games. I don't normally hit stuff. There were a few games. Most of that damage was probably done when I was playing World of Tanks. And from my experience with World of Tanks players, that degree of rage is almost required. I need to sell some crap. Now, I realized that the frustrations I was getting from that particular game weren't worth it. The game wasn't worth the frustrations. I can understand where something like the Souls-alikes, you know, your Elden Ring and the like, can be worth that amount of frustration, because those games are, well, by general consensus, the best word to describe them is masterpiece. But not for me. That degree of frustration and me, we just don't get along. I like challenge in my game, but not too much. I play mostly to relax, and that sort of thing doesn't relax me. It just makes me mad. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. It's Krunko Bug Tender. Oh, have I already solved him? I think I have, haven't I? Yeah, I already earned his hero point. Jerk. But yeah, if anyone who's watched me for long enough will have seen me rage at various games. I have raged on stream plenty of times about Guild Wars 2. It's certainly possible the phrase, ArenaNet fix your shit, has been uttered multiple times. Most especially when I have the DC during cinematic problems, which hits a lot of people, and the answers that ArenaNet has always given have always been complete bullcrap. And as you can tell, I'm still not over it. Grudge? Me? No, I would never hold a grudge.
At maximum.
Okay, a little. I'm a sour old man. You know? Is he set to freaking auto-aggro everything? Features will be fixed in later patches? Maybe, well. They've been there since launch. And maybe every month and a half or 2 months, there'll be a post on Reddit where someone says, hey, I get this problem where I get disconnected, especially like at the end of instances or during cinematics. And someone will come up with the like yay long list of measures that have worked for some people but not for others. The only thing that works for me is escaping out of a cinematic, but they stopped making a lot of the cinematics escape outable, and at that point I'm screwed, and not in a good way. But I just got new pants.
I shall break you.
And new pants, as is tradition, means new dyes. Can we get something a little more interesting? That's interesting. Pumpkin orange and evening red are the primary colors. Oh, and I've been attacked.
There's the power. We heal as one. Sick 'em.
And you, sir. Good day.
Target destroyed.
Well, it wouldn't accept our change of colors, so we have to randomize again. Pastel citrus is fine, but the malt? That color is so boring. Alright.
There's the power.
I tell you, it doesn't matter whether it's warrior or ranger. Double wielding axes and hitting your 5 key is always fun. Let's see, will this be enough to finish off the heart? It will. Victory is mine. 59% done in the map. Where to next? Let's see. Yeah, we got that. All right, we'll go over here and follow along the edge of the map. Yep. And is it an event worth taking part in? Revive the Legionnaires. No, I would have to escort the Legionnaires once I revived them. They can stay dead. It's a cruel world, man. And hey, let's face it. Not only is it a cruel world, but they're Char. Cruel world, cruel people. They would understand. And I just left them there. Most frustrated you've been in Guild Wars 2? You had an old laptop doing ping, laggy, JP, and then some beetle races were finally upgrading. Yeah, that would be... I believe the phrase the hip kids uses, that would be a no for me, dog. JPs without a decent performing computer, I do not enthusiastically embrace JPs. Used to. At all. I'm no better than okay at them. And if it wasn't for this little doodad, the prototype position rewinder, I wouldn't even be okay at them. If you're not familiar with the prototype position rewinder, it basically allows you to press a button and you're standing in location A, and then you're doing jumps and you fall, you press the button and it takes you back to location A. You can use it, I think, every 30 seconds. And it makes even the most horrifying jumping puzzles doable. I did Chalice of Tears. And the possibility of doing Chalice of Tears without the prototype position rewinder, fuck no. No, 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 no. I think I've made my position clear on the matter. My position would be no.
Bring rescued villagers here. We'll keep this area secure.
I mean, I give them full marks for creating it and naming it the Chalice of Tears.
Rage at maximum.
It's a marvelous piece of design and an exercise in near perfect sadism.
Rage at maximum.
We heal as one.
But my reactions are slowing down, and so jumping puzzles, especially the timed ones. So my odds of succeeding at the Halloween jumping puzzle were continuing to decrease every year until they made the non-challenging version. The old farts can't play jumping puzzles version that they brought out, was it last year or the year before?
The power.
All right. How about a hero point? Good idea. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
How you fare against this clutch.
Sick 'em. Strength of the pack.
Another point for me. I have 25. That's a lot of points. But I'm level 51, so I don't need to start worrying about buying up a third line yet. Traps. No, we finished out traps. Survival? Survival. Winter's Day JP, far worse than the Halloween one. I don't know. I always do the right-hand path on Winter's Day, and I succeed much more than I fail. I'm probably after a fail or two at the beginning of the year. After that, I usually won't fail. I'll occasionally fail. Nine more points, and they'll finish off those, and we'll start dropping points in there. Nice. See, the Halloween one, though, I was never good at. Never at all. I just am not very good with the timing-based ones, where you've got to hurry, hurry, hurry through it. I grabbed the hero point, but I hadn't finished off the heart yet.
I need help.
I'll help you then. Ah, missed me. Stupid harpies. Are they dumb enough to set off my traps? They landed long enough to set off my traps. Stupid harpies. Exactly what you'd expect from harpies.
There's the power.
Another player here running around with me.
Can I get any better? Indeed, I can.
Another event successful. Another level, 52. Heart's not quite finished yet. Harpies and griffins living together. I'm not sure that feels just wrong to me, you know? That would be sort of like centaurs hanging around with horses. Just feels a little bit too incestuous. And the heart is complete. Level 52 rewards, more hero points. I believe that'll allow us to finish out all of our skills and everything with the last bit of... I thought I got more hero points. I didn't. They lied to me. I was deceived. I don't think I've ever tried the other two paths on Winter's Day, because most of the time I just want to succeed. And I know I can do the one. The easiest path. The path of least resistance, so to speak. Let's see what we've got. that we can use or sell or new gloves. That means a new die combo. 451, not as good. New die combo, come on. Give me something. It's a little too close, the blue and the purple. Also, it doesn't help that I've got all these 2-channel items I'm wearing. It's just so uninteresting looking.
How can I help?
You can't, but they can. They can buy all my stuff. Click the right button, Lens. All right, there we go. I am going to pop back to the Mistlock Sanctuary. And I'm going to call it an evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out, as always. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia, probably for more leveling, maybe a different character. I am enjoying a little bit of no stress, nothing I need to get done leveling. Just playing. That's what I like about Guild Wars 2, is sometimes I can just play. I don't have to focus. I don't need to have a big thing I'm trying to do. I can just play. Take care. I will. You too. Like I said, I should be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Thursday night goes great. Hope your Friday goes quick and get into your weekend. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.